Thanks, guys. Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Now let's get a Dodger win.
Alright, right? Well, Dave, happy birthday, the big 5-0. How has today been for you?
It's been great, Kirsten. I got both of my kids here in town. My wife's here. We're gonna have a little something after the game with some family and friends, and so we got Julio bobblehead night. So it's good. We get a Dodger win to cap off today. It'd be perfect.
I was told there was some cake back there for you. And what kind? What's your go-to?
You know what? I've got a sweet tooth. I'm pretty disciplined when I start eating cake. Hopefully it's chocolate. Then I'll be happy, and it pairs very well with red wine. So we'll see what happens.
Well, now just back to baseball. Cody Bellinger still not in the lineup. How is he feeling today with his leg?
Today he feels better. He did some stuff out there defensively, but the biggest kind of thing is the swinging of the bat, and so he feels good. Swung the bat today. Says he feels about 90%, but it's just one of those things where 90%, then you're playing at game speed. One swing could kind of get him off the rails. So right now, we're going to give him an extra day, see how he comes in tomorrow, and there's a good chance he'll be in there tomorrow.
Skipper, can you talk about the specialty of this day with all of the surroundings, your birthday, having your family here? Because you are indeed the family man as well.
I am, and it's great. I've got one kid in college, one kid going to college, and then so to have everyone here, especially those days are numbered. They're not going to happen very often going forward. So it's a great day. I think we got our City Connect uniforms today, so I'm excited for Julio. It's going to be a packed house today, so Jimmy, I just got a lot to be grateful for. I think my best years are ahead of me.
Cody, there's no conversation on the IL at this point.
No. And I think he could play today, go today, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now. But an IL is not a part of the conversation.
Think he'll be available off the bench?
No. I think that, granted, he did hurt it swinging a bat, but even to kind of put him out there for a defense replacement, I just think that we'll kind of just take today and try to get him a full recovery day.
How's Clayton feeling?
Clayton feels good. He's going to throw a pen tomorrow. Catch play today. He's going to throw a pen tomorrow. I think he's scheduled to go out on Saturday on rehab, and it'll be kind of a three or four inning situation, and then if it's possible, he'll go in the pen and throw another inning. So, if all goes well, I can see him making that rehab start, and then sometime, 6 days after that rehab start, be back with us.
Do you know when the rehab start will be?
I'm not sure yet where.
Okay, and then Andrew, do you know when he's going out on rehab? Is that also this weekend?
Andrew is going out Friday or Saturday, and I think it's OKC. And for him, I think it's going to be, at least 2. I think 2 is kind of where he's going to be at. 2, maybe 4, maybe 3 rehab starts.
And as Muncy starts to just pick the bat and work his way into things, is he going to do all his work in Arizona, or is he going to do a rehab assignment as well? Just to
You know what? I think that we're really at peace with letting him drive it as far as where he feels. Obviously, the longer he's away from actively playing with us, the more of a option a rehab is. But right now, I just want him to kind of get back into it and see where it takes us.
Would you want Clayton and Andrew to be in separate places, or is it possible they pitch in the same game in the same place, same day?
I don't see them pitching on the same day. So I think that if Clayton is slated for Saturday, then I would assume Andrew would be a different day.
I know we've asked you about this a little bit, but just the top 3 that you guys have in your lineup, how have you sort of seen that impact opposing the starters? Like, especially to start a game, you have to go through Mookie, Freddie, Trea. How does that sort of set the tone?
It's stressful. I mean, Mookie, Freddie, Trea, all 3 guys can slug you. All 3 guys create stress. They can all take a walk. They get the pitch count up, and then have to go through that gauntlet 3 times. It's taxing. It really is.
I remember when Walker he got here, and can you talk about different the mature level that he's now the first time?
Walker's come a long way. I know right now.
Happy birthday, Doc!
Hey, thanks, Justin. Appreciate you. As Walker right now, obviously he's frustrated with this performance. He has high expectations for himself. But as far as his maturity, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, has shown that, has pitched well in the biggest of games. So it's one of those things that he's just going to have to figure it out. But as far as maturity, experience, it's not doubting, can I do it? It's just, I need to figure out how to get back on track.
Do you feel like he's like a perfectionist?
He is a perfectionist. He is a perfectionist, but this game is hard for those that try to be perfect, because even when you are perfect, you might not get the results. But I think that with Walker specifically, he's got to kind of tighten up and get consistency with the delivery. So I'm not calling for a perfect delivery, but just some consistency, and that's what he's looking for too.
Dave, when you look at this month from Mookie, does it remind you of 2020? Is it better than what you even saw then, do you think?
It's better. It's better. I think that there were snippets, and he had a great 20. There were snippets of really great play, but over the course of this stretch, the pace that he's on right now, I haven't seen him this good. And even talking to guys that have seen him in Boston for stretches, this is as good as he's been for quite some time. Outside of probably his MVP year.
How overwhelming is it just how he can take over the game? It seemed like even like last night, everything he was hitting is hit hard, getting a base, and like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that when a guy is swinging the bat like he is, every borderline call goes his way, every soft contact goes his way, but then he's squaring up a lot of balls also, and it seems like he's just on everything. He's just seeing the ball so well. And even yesterday, he made a perfect throw that potentially could have saved the game for us. So he's doing stuff with the glove, with the arm, and obviously with the bat.
Has there been any thought or conversation of having him and Trey flip in the batting order so Mookie has a better chance to have guys on base for those home runs?
No. I think with Mookie and Trey, I think the psychological part of it, where Mookie sees himself as a leadoff hitter and igniter, and obviously in theory, if we knew that he was going to produce like this in the 3 and Trey was going to get on at a 360 clip, it would certainly make sense, but there's just no certainty. The certainty we do know is that Mookie feels really good in the leadoff spot, and so it's hard to kind of mess with that right now.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, I just wanted to get your gauge on what you've seen from Mitch White these past few times he's been starting. Does he look like the same pitcher before the COVID IL stint and even last year?
Yeah, I think Mitchell is continuing to gain more confidence. If you look back at his starts, there's a couple throws that I think he'd like to have back. But as far as kind of the whole body of work on what he's given every single time he's out there, it's really good. So he's a 4-pitch guy. I love the head. I love the pulse. And now it's really good going into tomorrow, knowing that he's built up to 5-75, can give us some length. But he's a confident pitcher right now. Thanks, guys.